Well, I'm just pleasured and pickled in every single way what you're trying to do. I just saw the recent legislation you're trying to pass to be able to get that prison time for online streamers. Yeah, I say lock them all up, every deplorable one. Now, unfortunately, I was looking up some of the demographics, and it seems like a few of them might not be traditional, if you catch my drift. I'm sure you know what I mean when I say traditional. White. If y'all didn't know Thom Tillis, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to him and explain to you why he's poo-poo pee-pee caca, and why he's not worth your time, and why he's actually quite frightening. Because right now it seems like he's galvanizing the idea of putting Twitch streamers in jail. Now, I'm not bringing this up because it's self-serving. Okay, well, maybe a little bit, because obviously I'd rather not get extradited into an American prison for what I'm doing here right now. But apparently he wants to put Twitch streamers in jail if they happen to broadcast DMCA and or copyright material. Now, in order to achieve this, he's tacking it on to, you know, the pandemic bill, the one that's ideally going to be giving you $600 to live for the rest of your lives. So it's not only ridiculous, but it's also underhanded, and it's decidedly ghoulish, to say the very least. Tillis pushes prison time for online streamers after pre-election Hollywood cash blitz. Felony streaming legislation from Senator Thom Tillis will be attached to an upcoming must-pass omnibus government funding bill. Congress has once again put itself in a situation of having to pass a last-minute omnibus bill to fund the government to prevent a shutdown. These are truly must-pass bills, since much of the government grinds to a halt without them, so they often get used as vehicles for controversial bills they can't pass on their own. Senators and representatives work out bathroom deals. Ooh, that wouldn't be like that was a Freudian slip if ever I heard one. They often work out backroom deals to attach their pet measures to funding for things like food inspections and airport safety, and then dare their colleagues to object. This time, though, one of the measures is being crammed into the omnibus is the proposal from Senator Thom Tillis to turn an unauthorized commercial streaming of copyrighted material, like an album of YouTube or a copyright clip on Twitch, a song on Instagram, into a felony offense with a possible prison sentence rather than a misdemeanor, according to protocol. The text of the measure has not been publicly released yet, but it's expected to be broadly similar to the past entertainment industry's backed attempts to criminalize unauthorized streaming, such as the provisions of the SOPA and PIPA bills in 2012 that sparked an unprecedented internet blackout protest, or the Commercial Felony Streaming Act, which prompted Justin Bieber to say that its sponsor, Senator Amy Klobuchar, that's right, the Klob has come back, yes, from the stapler of revenge, prompted Justin Bieber to say that its sponsor, Senator Amy Klobuchar, should be, quote, locked up. Of course, he probably would have said it a lot more smoothly, right? She should be locked up. I can't do a Biebs, I'm sorry. A felony streaming bill would likely be a chill on expression, said Catherine Trend-Costa, Associate Director of Policy and Activism for the Electronic Frontier Foundation. We already see that it's hard enough just to have civil copyright and DMCA for people who feel comfortable asserting their rights. The chance of a felony would impact both expression and innovation. Tillis, the chairman of the Intellectual Property Subcommittee, was recently reelected for another 6-year term by a margin of less than 2% over his Democratic opponent, Fack. In this final stretch of the campaign, Tillis received a surge of campaign contributions. Oh, interesting. Well, here's the rub, everybody. Where was this money coming from? I've often said on the show, we need to follow da monies, right? So we should find out where he gets da monies. Oh, Comcast Corporation, NBC Universal Political Action Committee, Charter Communications PAC, the NCTA, the Internet and Television Association Political Action Committee, AT&T, Color Me Shocked, Motion Picture Association of America, National Association of Broadcaster Political Action Committees, Sony Pictures, Sony, a two, Sony, really? I mean, you got nothing. What do you have? What do you have left? What do you have left to steal? That's my question. Spider-Man and Seth Rogen. That's it. Those are the two S's. SS. That's all you got. Spider-Man and Seth Rogen. And if you lose either of those, like, you're dust. Shadows and dust. Why are you spending $6,000 on this ghoul? To put me in jail? I don't get it. And to people saying I'm Canadian, it's true. But do you think I want to be extradited to the United States based on what I do over here? Okay? I make a lot of phone calls. I call a lot of individuals. A lot of them usually American politicians, all right? And I say some strange things. Now, I've only done it in two-party consent states. Oof, this is going to be dangerous. But, you know, maybe someday I'll be showing some video footage of someone, and I won't own the copyright to that video footage. Maybe who knows who it could be? Maybe it could be an individual like this, right?
Achieving the impossible, overcoming the insurmountable, harnessing innovation to move us forward. That is what defines us. Facing the most difficult challenges head on and never giving up or giving in. That is who we are.
Thom, are you taking credit for the civil rights movement? Thom Tillis? Is that what you're doing with this campaign ad? Because it sure seems like you're taking credit for the civil rights movement. Thom Tillis.
And that's why we will rise again, stronger than ever before. It's the story of our past, and it's the future of our generation. Thom Tillis has led North Carolina through challenging times before, and he will do it again. Thom Tillis.
Wait, is Thom saying he's going to reignite the issues necessary for the civil rights movement? Is that it? Is Thom Tillis bringing back segregation? Is he going to reintroduce Jim Crow laws? Is that what this ad is saying? I'm still confused.
Cut taxes and reduced red tape to promote opportunity for all, and made it easier to restore our jobs and rebuild our businesses, because Thom Tillis is fighting for us. North Carolina will...
I have yet to see him. I just mean in this ad. You keep talking about him. I haven't even, like, how would I even know what he looks like? I mean, obviously, I picture like a pencil, eraser head, the pink kind, covered in pubis. That's pretty much the vision I would assume. But I just no way of knowing. I could be way off base right now.
We'll recover and come back even stronger. And right now, that's the kind of leadership we need. Re-elect Thom Tillis.
I was right. I was spot on. Completely accurate. 100%. Re-elect Thom Tillis. And of course, this copywritten material is falling under fair use, as I'm criticizing it for the purposes of education, news, satire, and humor. And I would like to say at this point that Thom Tillis suffers from erectile dysfunction. Now, that in and of itself doesn't happen to be slander, of course, because it's something that is so beyond the pale, something so ridiculous, without any verifiable proof to back it up, that surely I wouldn't be saying things of that nature unless I was guaranteed to know the evidence of what I was purporting to say. But anyways, for those reasons and many more, I don't want to be charged with the crime in the United States and then extradited to U.S. jail. So I'm still going to say that Mr. Thom. He's good old Mr. Thom Tillis. He's an odd dude, this one. He's not a good man, Thom.
3,900 friends on my Facebook page.
That's Thom Tillis, a Republican senator with a lot of very real friends. Thomas Roland Tillis was born in Jacksonville, Florida in 1960. Early on, Tillis worked at an insurance company where he computerized records, which led to a partner position at the accounting giant PricewaterhouseCoopers. In 2002, he landed at IBM after it acquired PricewaterhouseCoopers' consulting arm. During this time, he got his first taste of politics after pushing for a local mountain bike trail in his community, which led to a seat on the local park board. In 2006, he took his politics a step further and ran for the state house, ousting the Republican incumbent and winning re-election 2 more times. In 2009, Tillis stepped down from his position with IBM to fully pursue politics. Under Tillis' leadership, the state house passed voter identification legislation that was struck down by the federal appeals panel, which called it the most restrictive voting law North Carolina has seen since the era of Jim Crow. And
again, I was saying that as a meme. I didn't think it was actually going to turn out to be true. Tommy boy, what are you doing? If this is your game, you should look up the demographics of Twitch. It's a really white platform. I mean, if you're looking to get old timey racist up in here, I think you're gonna be mistakenly locking up a lot of white kids in the process.
By 2019, Tillis had voted in line with Trump 94.7% of the time, including supporting Trump's national emergency declaration at the border. But Tillis didn't always support it. Just 18 days before he voted in Trump's favor, Tillis penned an op-ed in the Washington Post titled, "I support Trump's vision on border security, but I would vote against the emergency." 12 Republicans actually did vote against the emergency, but they didn't include the author of that op-ed, which is weird considering the whole article contains reasons he wouldn't support the thing he ended up supporting.
But he announced moments before the vote started that he was changing his mind. He said, quote, We have to recognize that we have a crisis at the border.
In 2016, Trump carried Tillis' state by more than 3 percentage points. As long as Tillis keeps voting in line with the steak man,
Trump steaks are by far the best tasting, most flavorful beef you've ever had.
even if it is a last-second buzzer beater, he should be able to hold on to Trump's most fervent supporters. But in a swing state like North Carolina, he's very likely to lose some of those Facebook friends.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Yeah. That's Thom. Good old Thom. I'd say before I put a bow on this, because there's not a lot to say, besides the fact that, yes, he is pushing for prison time for online streamers after raking in all that money. His super PACs and many PACs, and he's got PACs on PACs on PACs. I live in NC sent help. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's unfortunate. Oh, we want the Washington, D.C. office, don't we? Yeah, they were very strict about that last time. I'm well aware that he's not going to pick up, not because he doesn't love me, but because it's a little past his bedtime. But I don't think they pick up anyway in Washington anymore. Not these days. Not these days.
Hello, this is Thom Tillis, Senator from the great state of North Carolina. Thank you for calling our office. I'm sorry we missed your call. If you'd like to leave a detailed comment for me or a member of my staff about legislation, please press 1. If you're a North Carolina resident and need help resolving a problem you're having with a federal agency such as the VA or Social Security, please press 2. If you'd like to leave a comment on any other issue, please press 3. Thank you. Please leave your message after the beep.
Well, hello, Mr. Tillis. I represent the Americans for Pure Prosperity, and I just want to say that I'm just pleasured and pickled in every single way what you're trying to do. I just saw the recent legislation you're trying to pass to be able to get that prison time for online streamers. Yeah, I say lock them all up, every deplorable one. Now, unfortunately, I was looking up some of the demographics, and it seems like a few of them might not be traditional, if you catch my drift. I'm sure you know what I mean when I say traditional. White. So because of that, we won't be able to get the proper numbers that we're looking for, the purity. So I'm hoping you keep that in mind, and maybe we can find some way of bringing non-traditional folk to the platform so we have a better opportunity to make sure we get those strong old numbers. Anyways, bless you and hail the traditional Americans. I hope I added enough of a pervy twang to that. Someone's gonna have fun in the message machine.
What lies around the corner? Never knowing who's going to kill you. Are you the next one to be murked? You never know if it's a friend or a foe. If you want to see the biggest names in BreadTube and Left Twitch and Butterthing and I don't know the fucking names anymore, come see Left Among Us.
If you want us to advertise your channel or work, please go to weareserfs.com and email us a 20 to 30 second ad, and we'll take it on to the end of one of our videos to help promote your leftist channel or progressive something. Whatever you do.
To our God, I'm Rast, Xander Corvus, and Schlatsky, we shall commit blood sacrifices in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, our lives are yours to command. To our lords, Jeffrey Lamb, Trevor R., Stephen, Hans Josephine, Poppy Nelson, Ryan Lubin, Jimothy K. Meeblebeeps Jr., we bow meekly for your pleasure. To our knights of the round table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Bythe, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Political Puppy, Jimmy Bignuts, Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hates Cops, That's Solid Poon Then, Dr. Zayas, Yoppy, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Jack Darko, Thomas Barretton, J. Fraser Cartwright, Goofalankius, Melissa Murphy, Nicholas Marks, Alexander Thaler, Ali Rada Jaffer, Alex Gauvin, Radical Maniac, we salute you.